Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Motorsport for some racing, and I've just realised all of my settings are wrong because I crashed out of the lobby before we started this. Oh, not this again. Oh, I always forget when I've crashed out of the lobby. We're going... We are going to have to pit immediately. So for this race, we are racing some B-class cars. They are fitted with all-wheel drive. Some of the cars start off life with all-wheel drive. Some of them, like my Golf, quite a lot of them have been swapped to all-wheel drive. My Golf is a very much handling build. It's got big tyres and, well, all-wheel drive, about 230 horsepower, which is not very much. It's very slow down the straight. Around Hockenheim, where we are starting here, it is awfully slow around probably 2/3 of the lap, and then blisteringly fast for the final third of the lap. But it's not going to really matter here. So we've got lots of grip. Oh, we can get to the inside for an example here. I mean, Shadow got sort of hooked up with Brazen. If it wasn't for the fuel issue, I would just go on mediums at this point and just be done with it. But it won't matter because you won't make it to the end anyway. Oh, got cars everywhere. But yeah, it won't. Sadly, we did this a little while ago when the game crashed and I just forgot to check. So there we go. Oh, yeah, car on the outside. It makes a little contact with your rear bumper, you're in trouble. Because your car is going to want to stop turning essentially at that point. Whoa. Yeah, we're on mediums. Now this weather is the drizzle conditions. Basically, it's not quite as much grip as you would have in the dry, but slicks will still work here. So if the cars are running race tyres, which I would imagine almost everything, certainly towards the front, almost everything will be, you are going to be on the slicks. I need to get across to the pit lane. Sorry folks, that would have been very confusing. Get into the pit lane. Well, it's going to be sort of a recovery drive thing for us. I mean, hopefully we can have a decent race. Hopefully we can find something to race with. I think it's going to be quite difficult for us from here. Well, the good news is that while we are miles away from the pack, I am not the only one who has made this mistake. Chris also did, I presume, pretty much the same thing. I think also had a game crash and also forgot that needed to change the settings. So it is me versus the Austin for not last. That's basically where we are at for this race. I mean, the cars are quite different. The Austin is quick down the straights. In comparison to me, I am better in the corners. The Golf is a little bit slidey. The Golf's been a little bit oversteery, a little bit more oversteery than I was expecting. I think it was quite naturally oversteery when I built it. I kind of tuned it a bit to stop that, but I think the damp conditions have brought the oversteer back a little bit, because we are quite slow through the first sector. We're not terrible, we're not great down this bit, but then we get fast in the final sector, but we've got to find a way to overtake the Austin, which is going to be the tough part. Oh, car got a little bit upset going over that curb. Yeah, I've got to be a lot braver under brakes down here. But yeah, we'll catch the Austin through here, but it's no good being right on its bumper. Well, okay, the thing that helped my case is it's no good being right on its bumper because it'll pull away down the straights. However, the finish line is right after the twisty section, rather than having a long straight to the finish line. So, even if I get the pass done into the final corner, that will still work for me. God, we close up so much through here. My best bet might be into the penultimate corner. If I can get a good enough run off the hairpin, I can possibly surprise the Austin with how much later I can brake than it. Well, I mean, we can brake much later than it. It was just asking a little bit too much of my car. It got out with attack. But the thing is, I've got to do something at this point, because otherwise, yeah, we're going to be in trouble, really. We can be quick through turn 1, which we are. The Austin is out wide. We might be able to have a dive. Thing is, even if we do have a really big dive into turn 2 here, which I think we could probably pull off. Get it stopped, which we do. Chris saw that one coming. The thing is, it doesn't matter so much. We've got to have these absolutely massive dives, though. But it's just going to pass us down the straight. So we're going to have to do it again into the hairpin, which we might be able to pull off. The goal is really just slow it down. slow down the Austin so that... Will Chris feel the need to defend here is the big question. Thought about it. Well, Chris has actually struggled to make the hairpin anyway. We will get on the power, put Chris over the awkward curb. Now, we are an awful lot closer than we have been before. Could we, I mean, if we get the pass into this next corner, we'd be set. It's a little bit fast down here for us, so we're not close enough. We might still be able to do it, though. Oh, we are alongside. We've not completed it, though. It's making life awkward for the Austin, but I'm struggling to make the most of my grip through all of this. I'm probably scaring the crap out of an Austin, if I'm being honest, because we are launching it at every possible opportunity. We are slightly having to. We could do it into the hairpin, though. We're quick through this part. Chris will be aware of the real danger now, and sure enough, does defend quite heavily. Might not matter if I can get this done correctly in the Gulf. We are now side by side, heading towards the final couple of corners. We are to the inside. If we can park it on the apex, we might just be able to shut that Austin out with the drag race to the line, because I can get on the power sooner. We are so slow in a straight line. It's going to be really close. Oh, we got not last. Yeah, I mean, there was never going to be a strong track for my car. The long straight's just too much, really, for us to deal with. It was the Jag that took victory from a Mazda, and I didn't see what was in third. But yeah. We had a fun little battle at the back. Didn't really work for my car. Poor... Well, a silly mistake at the start. It was a Dodge that got onto the podium. Fair play. Yeah, silly mistake at the start got me in a lot of trouble. But we found some fun towards the end. So we move on to our second race. Here is hoping for a better time of things. We're at the Catalonia National Circuit. The rain has got considerably harder for this one. So when I load up these lobbies, I set the weather to random and let Forza decide what we're doing. And apparently today, it really wants us to be racing in the rain, and that's okay. I don't mind too much. Oh, well, that is a couple of cars that really were not stopping down at the first corner. That could have gone an awful lot worse. I mean, it went badly for Impega on that one. I don't know whether they had a wheel on the grass on the inside or just missed the braking zone. Both can happen. We actually got away with that, I say, surprisingly well, considering it clonked the front of my car. There is a Danger Man in a wall on the outside. Danger Man hit the tyre bundle there. The X-Pang is slow in the middle of the track. We are going to steal a pass on Impega through all of that mess. We're going to get to the inside of Grumples. They're going to struggle to get the car. I mean, we were pushing that one there to the limit. I mean, we are coming towards the section of the track where I should be better, in theory. This bit is where the Golf should shine. It should be good in the really twisty stuff. But then we're going to suck down the start-finish straight. Impega's Fiesta's a weird one. The stats on the car say it has a lot worse top speed than me, but it clearly doesn't. I mean, the stat sort of thing for the cars on this Forza have always been a little bit wonky. And yeah, that Fiesta is very wonky. It's immense down the straights. Well, certainly acceleration is immense. Maybe it has an aero limit, but it will get to it pretty damn quick. We're in 6th currently, which honestly not too bad for a first lap. The Evo not really pulling away from us. The Nissan likewise not really pulling away from us. We are going to chug around the outside of the Evo here. If we can keep here, we'll be the inside for the next corner, which we do, and we are, and that will move me up into a 5th place. Thank you very much. The Evo is almost too busy fighting the Nissan. Didn't realise the danger from the Volkswagen behind. We are good enough to actually run over the curb and not really feel any ill effects of it. Oh, that's a little bit upset on the grass. We did feel ill effects of the grass. Yeah, don't hit that. That's dangerous. We were all over the back of the Nissan and have now just lost it. The back end had a slight mind of its own. It's not completely uncontrollable, but when it goes, the way I got this car set up, I mean, I said a little bit in the first race, the way the setup is in the dry, it's lovely, but in the wet, the back end is still a little prone to having a wander. So that's something that I've got to be aware of, really. So I want to actually be more aggressive through here. I'm not quite sure about the raid, and I also can't, because the Nissan is in front of me. The Nissan's sat up on the curb. Oh, and I put another wheel on the grass through there, or I don't know if it was the curb did enough of it. Either way, we're in a bit of trouble, and now we're going to go side by side with the Evo again. This is all good news well, it's good news to the top three, as we are all starting to fight ourselves here. Good news for the Evo. It's going to get an opportunity. We're going to try the same move again into turn one. That was asking a bit too much of the Volkswagen down there. I knew the Evo was going to stand a good chance there, and sure enough, it did. So the Nissan's got a bit more straight line speed, but is slightly down on the grip front than me and the Evo. This track definitely working a lot better for my Golf. Much happier with it around here. That's not a surprise. Oh, been an accident up in front. The Mini of Trev has had a problem. I don't know whether there was contact or whether they're just running wide, pushing hard, trying to find a way past the Galant. Oh, the Evo had it had a go. It was never really on that pass, and it's definitely not going to make that one work around the outside. It might leave a gap for us to shove the nose of the Golf in. Yeah, you leave a gap like that, and the Golf is going to say thank you very much, especially into the section of the track where my vehicle is quite quick. That'll put us up to fourth. It is a Galant in second that we've got to look for a way past. We are now right back on the tail of the Nissan here. Now, be good around this final corner. You can see how much speed we can carry. I don't really want to. I'm just going to sit in the draft. The Nissan is going to pull away from us. We've pulled a gap to the Evo. That's good news. Can we do anything about the Galant? I think both me and the Nissan are quicker than that Galant. I think we're both faster. Whether we're going to be able to find a way past at this... we've got a good amount of laps, actually. It might be doable, you know. There's a chance. There's a chance we could... I think car guy at the front is gone. Whether we've got the pace or not, we're not catching them with the remainder of this race. So it really comes down to... I'm happy. If the Nissan is fast enough, I'm happy to let it pass the Galant, let me pass the Galant, and then I'll fight the Nissan for second afterwards. But that is a big presuming it's fast enough to do it, because the Galant seems to have settled now, and we haven't really caught it much this lap. The Evo is going to have a big look. Because, yeah, I'm going to have to find a way past. I'm going to have to find a way past the Nissan, because if I don't, the Evo is going to look for ways past me. Because we're getting held up by Holgen. I think I pronounced that correctly. Probably not. We're getting held up by that around here in the sort of slower sections where we could be fast. So we're going to have to, at some point, find a opening where we can get through. Because, yeah, like here, for example, we can just get on the power way sooner. I can be aggressive. This time I've got a car that's not so bad on most of the curves. It doesn't like the grass, but it's not so bad on the curves. We are off that final corner. Again, we pull the gap to the Evo. Will that Nissan defend into turn one? It's just far enough away that I can't take a big lunge. It's good enough handling and good enough under brakes that I can't take a big lunge. Oh, well, I'm not intending on taking a big lunge. Oh, okay, scared the crap out of me. I was a little bit late on the brakes. Was not even thinking about going for a move there. Okay, well, it worked, but that was very unconventional and almost a massive accident. I apologise, that was not my intention. I literally wasn't thinking about that manoeuvre. No, I think I was just very late on the brakes myself. We got it stopped and we didn't go off the circuit, which is amazing. They did see that we were coming and did duck out of the way slightly to avoid the accident on that one. And somehow we got a cut-back kind of weird exit line going on. But, well, that's one way to do it. Sometimes you just launch it and something happens. Now, we've got to get far enough away through this next section. This is the bit of the track where we are fastest. This bit of the track where we cannot afford to make a mistake, because the Nissan will be right on us by turn number one. We can get... Oh, it was a jump, but I'm all upset on the exit curb through there as well. See, now I've got... The other thing is I've been locked behind cars for so long that I don't know what the line is through there anymore, because I've not actually done it without having a car directly in front of me before. But we are out the other side. This time I will not go for crazy dive bomb on the Galant. Of course, this may all work. Say the Nissan may still. Any one of us four, or any two of us four, could well end up on the podium here, because if I start fighting with the Galant, we are likely to slow each other down. That will bring the other two into this fight. Whoa, that's a little bit bobbly on the curb. If I can carry good speed through here. The thing is, this next corner's not tight enough for a big dive. Well, the Evo's binned it somewhere, has had an off, and is now too far back to be doing anything. The Galant is leaving gaps down there, but I was not close enough to make anything happen. The Nissan is now right on us. We're again found ourselves in the same position. The Nissan tried. I mean, we've ended up being almost pushed into pass on the Galant. Not quite what we were going for through there. I mean, we've got a load of overspeed, but the Galant is now covering the inside through here. The Galant has just stacked us all up. We are going to be vulnerable at turn 1 here, because we are really slow off the final corner. The Galant is desperately trying to defend, but I'm the slowest of the three, and this is the problem. The Nissan is going to fire past on the inside. Now, the Galant might be vulnerable to the Nissan, maybe, into turn 1. Galant is in all sorts of crossed up under braking. Jeez, I don't quite know how the Galant's got so crossed up. I'm going to try and pinch the Nissan to the inside, because if we can do that now, that is a much better pass at turn 1 on the Nissan. That's how it's done cleanly. We pinched the Nissan all the way on the inside, so it couldn't accelerate away. We sort of use the full width of the course on the exit. Our fighting may well give the Galant second. I bounced the curb, and now the Nissan is back past. We're going to go side by side in a place that's very dicey. We don't make contact. I do go on the grass a little bit. The Galant is loving this. The Galant has backed us up so that we fight each other so hard they can escape. We are just parking it on the apex through here. Get on the power as soon as I can. Be aware that that Nissan may well try and fight back into the next corner, which it cannot quite. I mean, we'd need a hell of a run to be able to do anything about the Galant here. Even if we're quick through this section, which I know we can be, we're not going to be close enough to it, I don't think. Barring an absolute miracle, we are very quick through the chicane. Heading to the final corner. It's not going to be enough, though. It might be enough to see the Nissan off for a spot on the podium, but the Galant is going to beat us to the line, but only just. We threw everything at it. We had an amazing battle over the podium spots. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. But we had way more pace than that. I don't know what speed that car could have done. Whether we could have got near the Evo at the front, I don't know. We were definitely much, much better at that circuit, and I don't think any real lap we had a good clean lap. I think a low 27 would probably be possible with that car. Whether the 26 is, no idea. No idea at all. It was absolutely manic. Great fun. Fantastic battle with the Galant, with the Nissan, and all of that. There was an awful lot of fun. But yeah, we got on the podium. We got on the podium. Just a few scares along the way, but a fantastic battle. For our final race today, we head to Yas Marina. I can't remember what I said about the bumper. Ignore the random blue bumper. This car is painted, well, it was painted correctly when it started. It's supposed to be, you know, the expected Ferris livery, but for some reasons I do not really fully understand, having painted it and then loaded into a lobby, it decided that it actually wanted to put the bumper back to the original colour. Just the front bumper. I don't know. I don't understand, but there we go. Oh no, I spot a Galant in front. We cannot get stuck behind that. We do not want to get stuck behind that. Brazen has an X-Peng. They're going to send around the outside. Oh, well, we might be passing a Galant almost unintentionally down there. Can we go around the outside through here? I think we will just have the grip. So this circuit's going to be a challenge for me in some... I say in some ways. There are bits of this track we're going to be very fast on, and there's one bit we're going to be very slow on. Can we pass Grumples? Oh, down the inside. Yeah, I mean, we've got immense brakes. We've got immense grip. We can launch our car at corners. The thing is, right, we can dive bomb on cars. I mean, we saw it a little bit at Catalonia. We saw it a bit actually in the 2 previous races. I can launch at cars from a mile back, but a lot of the time they just aren't expecting it because of how late we can brake. Grumples is not making turn 1 on that line. So we've got to really pick and choose when and if we do these dives, but I have to make them. If I don't, I'm going to struggle to pass, potentially. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting race for me. This track maybe not quite suit as much as Catalonia National. The reason I say that, the National Circuit, while has got along straight, has got probably more fiddly corners than this. We have absolutely lucked our way through a pack of cars there. Christ, that was very lucky. But we are up into 8th place now. We've got a pair of 205s in front of us, and Pega leads the way. I mean, here, it is a long start-finish straight, and I guess the first sector's a bit quick, although it's not perhaps the long... maybe my car's a bit better suited here than I was sort of thinking initially. There goes Rusky's Eagle again, down towards turn 1. It actually does quite a good job of getting across to cover that. Can I duck underneath it? Not quite. Wanted to, although, yeah, Rusky just cannot carry the speed mid-corner that we can. That's a hell of a pass, actually. I'm very pleased that one has semi-worked. Yeah, Rusky's not going to be able to hold that around the outside. Oh, and we will get slowed into the stadium section. We've clobbered all the curves, which is not really what I wanted to do through there. Up ahead, I think it's Ninetales fighting with... I don't know who's driving the Quattro. Not sure. I could do with Rusky having some company and slowing down that Shadow in the Quattro that has just lost out to a Ninetales. Ollie is into the lead. Then it is followed by, I think, in Pega's Fiesta? No, followed by Gliska's Mazda, actually. Not sure, can't really look too far up ahead in that one. Here comes Steve, free of the traffic with their Golf, I think. That was down one too many gears through there. Not quite close enough to do anything. Oh, Rusky's misjudged that one. I'm caught in the middle of it. Yeah, there's a little bit of a mess through that first corner, which is not ideal. We are going to annoy the Eagle by just being on the inside again through there. Now into the stadium, takes a little bit of lag from Shadow. Has pinged their way through that. We are all getting held up behind a 205 at this point, and I'm frantically looking for a way past, because if I don't get past soon, a whole load of cars are going to be joining us. well, we did bump the 205 much earlier on the brakes than we are. We gave it. I didn't actually realise I was even lined up to hit it. We gave it a little bump on the way through the final corner, but we have come out the other side. Everyone's fine. Like we bumped it. They cut the course, but to be fair, they were very much pushed across the course, so you can't really fault them for that one. We will now barrel into the first corner. We can get underneath. Almost. Can we get underneath for the exit here? We do. The 205 is going to come back on the circuit, though, of course. We're going to have to go the long way round here, which I think we can do. Yeah, 205 not on the racing line. Had to lift out that one. I think Impega put a rear wheel on the curb. Got spat sideways. I've found that one already here. Come on, Eagle, speed up. And I'm out of shape through here. That's not what I want, although I can at least get on the throttle and just keep the throttle pinned all the way through there. Okay, final corner. The Lexus is not going to be... Oh, I've upset the back of my car again. Don't know if I was locking the rear wheels there. That is not what I need to do. That is going to be a problem for us. Longbow is going to be looking into turn 1 now. That Lexus has got a bit more straight line speed than we have. We will be later. Can we fire back immediately past Longbow is the question. No, not quite. Oh, there we go. We get the car. Our vehicle does get turned in very, very well, but it's not quite enough to look for a way past that Lexus. And the problem I've got now is the section we're quick at, section coming up, very difficult to pass in. Oh, we're going to send it to the inside of Longbow. We get it stopped in time. Kind of had to do it. Both Impega and Rusky were having issues on curbs. Problem is, I can only do that so many times. That whole absolutely send it to the inside. Because, well, Longbow's going to be back past us again by turn 1. Now, we need to not upset the car down here. And Pega's struggling with that Fiesta. It looks like a death trap, to be honest with you. Which, I mean, doesn't surprise me. You've got a very small, very light, very short wheelbase car. And well, it certainly wasn't designed for all-wheel drive. So Longbow might not be able to look at turn 1 as much as they want to. We will send Longbow around the outside into this corner. I know I've got the grip to make this one work. We can get on the power. Rusky is now past Impega. The Eagle pretty fast, actually, around here. Longbow is going to look to the outside here, but you're not going to pass. You're not really going to go too wide through here, and we are good. Oh, Impega's gone round. Impega's had a moment on the curb through there. That is, yeah, not what you want. I did end up slowing down mid-corner. I wasn't trying to brake check Longbow. I was trying to figure out what way Impega was going at that point. We are going to defend again into this final corner. Still the Lexus climbs all over the back of us. Now we are going to be more trouble at turn 1 because the Lexus is closer than ever. We are not really going to be moving any further forward, I don't think. We haven't quite got the pace of the cars ahead. We're not bad. I mean, it's not helped by the fact that we're battling away against Longbow here pretty much the entire way round the lap. But yeah, we do not have the pace of the cars ahead. Now, let's get on the power as early as I dare. That's a little too early. Yeah, we're now too far back from Longbow. Not going to be in the right place to fight. We'll be quick through here, but we are not quick enough or close enough now to dive on the Lexus. I think we've got to now be a little bit, well, unless Longbow makes a mistake, which is always, you know, it's always possible. Cars ahead may make a little mistake unless we can pounce somewhere. Oh, pressed upshift by accident. Yeah, we're quick through there, but difficult to do all too much with the Golf. Right, what have we got behind us? We got, well, a different Golf, and I'm not sure. It's a hatchback of some sort in in 9th. Oh, we're going to start defending from Steve as well, down towards turn 1. I don't think they'll be close enough this lap around. Right, whoa, my turn to have the back end brake loose. Thought I'd tuned most of that out of it, not quite, it still does a little bit. That being said, we didn't lose any time. In fact, we gained time on our fastest lap by going very sideways into the first corner. Not quite what I was after, but you know, it's here where we gain most of our time, but here is difficult to pass unless we are very close to Longbow, although Longbow is out of shape through all of this section. The Lexus is wide. Can't really get up the inside through there. Oh, I keep upshifting by accident. What's going on with my driving today? Steve's lost a place behind us. We are all over the back of the Lexus, but we know it's going to outrun us down towards turn 1, so it's not like we could pass it. Oh, there's been a bump behind us. Right, if we are going to beat Longbow, we have got to have got past. Well, we could do it into the final corner, actually, depending if we could compromise the Lexus's exit enough. Because we're not... Okay, we're not going to be able to do it to turn 1. Never happening, way too far back. Can we do it? It's going to be coming into the hotel section. Is going to be where it's going to happen, if it's going to happen. I don't think I'll get turn 1 right anyway through there. It's going to be not through here. Longbow is out of shape a little bit. It's going to be through the next part, but Longbow's got it right this time around. I don't think we're going to be close enough to be able to do it. No, Longbow's actually got it spot on this lap around, and I cannot match the Lexus for speed through there. The cars behind have fought each other too much. They have dropped back. There is nothing they're going to do about us, and I bobbled the curb anyway. Doesn't matter. Fair play to Longbow. We had a good fight. I didn't quite have the pace to match the Lexus. The Golf, I think there's more speed in that car if I drove. Well, I think I could drive that better. A little bit better. Yeah, I think maybe a high 58 is doable with that car. But yeah, I can't match. Like I say, I can't match the top. It would be a victory for Gliska with the Mazda. The Nissan Hockenheim in second. Ollie got the AMG 4-door into third on the podium, which is honestly quite impressive. Ninetales got 205 up there, had a shadow. Rusky's Eagle was mighty quick. Mighty fast around there. I think the fastest lap of the race. Yeah, ahead of Ninetales. Don't know what happened to Brazen. Brazen's X-Peng struggled, basically, in that one. Maybe not a massive surprise. The big heavy X-Peng not quite working, but yeah, it was a good race. Yeah, it didn't quite work as well. What's it called? Not quite as well for my car, I don't think. We needed just more corners, but yeah, happy enough with the Golf. Well, there we go. That is going to be it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching. If you'd like to take part in the next one of these, you can sign up via our Discord. There'll be a link in the description. Find the Versus the Community sign up section, and you can register to take part in there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Until next time, goodbye.